Hey everyone! Alright, so here's tonight's dinner. Tonight we're having some sloppy joes. The sauce smells amazing. Here is the sloppy joe sauce. And I made some rice for Salah.
Funny how the portions become much more human when it's Salah that she's cooking for. Who am I kidding? He's probably not even there. This is for her second portion off camera, isn't it?
This is some fluffy, perfectly cooked rice infused with fragrant bay leaves. And we also have some buttered potato buns here for the sloppy joe. Salah will just have his on the side now. The potatoes are in the oven, but I'll show you those in the next slide. Alright, here's dinner. 2 sloppy joes, handful of pickles, and we have some Parmesan crusted roasted potatoes. Let's eat!
I'm not familiar with sloppy joe, but it seems to me like the perfect meal to disguise a ton of veggies in. Kind of how you would do with kids. Since she's so opposed to eating anything green, why not try to disguise it in your food when you can? Then again, she got practically 0 vegetables in her haul yesterday apart from a couple of peppers that she immediately chomped into.
Well, hello guys, hello. Bismillah. Oh my goodness. I made sloppy joes. I've been craving sloppy joes forever. And I have some pickles. And I made some crispy potatoes, Parmesan potatoes. These are my first time making these, so let me give them a try. Now they're soft on the inside. Very soft on the inside.
Is it really that much effort for you to wash a fork, or is it the feeders that request you get the grease all over yourself? I'll never understand this woman.
And extra crunchy on the outside because I boiled them first and then baked them on like 450 with some oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and Parmesan. So the inside is like a mashed potato almost.
From Salah explaining a vending machine for half a vlog yesterday to Foodie explaining a fried potato today, how far we have fallen from the villa days.
And the outside is crunchy. Okay, let's dig in. This is going to be sloppy and messy because it's a sloppy joe. Beauty bite. So, I want to talk about something. I guess a lot of people will consider this a rage because anytime I address something, it's considered a rage. Here's the thing. I want to talk about people saying I'm cosplaying as a Muslim. I'll tell you why you cannot say that. In Islam, we believe that only Allah can judge us because only Allah, God, knows the true intentions of someone.
Go right ahead if you believe that, but people are allowed to have their opinions about you regardless. I might not be a Muslim myself, but even as an atheist I find a lot of your actions and statements offensive and wildly ignorant. Call me crazy, but I think one of the biggest reasons why Foodie is in the Middle East and cosplaying right now is because her ex told her no Muslim man would want her.
Only he knows what is in their heart, their intention, and their soul. We are not equipped as other humans to judge others on morality, especially since we all sin.
Oh, but there are levels to sinning. And are we really gonna sit here and listen to Foodie of all people lecture us on judging others?
That's why the classic biblical saying, because most of you watching me are Christian or probably not religious, let ye who is without sin cast the first stone. Maybe it is permissible for another brother or sister, meaning another following Muslim, more pious than myself, to educate or gently remind on certain practices.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it considered a responsibility and a must to correct a fellow Muslim if they are practicing incorrectly? She's just presenting this as an excuse as to why no one can say anything about her cosplay. Not Muslim. You're not allowed to judge. You are Muslim. Well, all people are sinners and you're not better than I am.
Not some reaction channel, not some non-Muslim reaction channel or hater or stranger. And when I say Allah knows my heart, because why would someone say I'm cosplaying? What behavior? Is it because I swear and rage back at people who try to hurt me, who try to dox my family, who come for me every day and sometimes I've had enough and want to tell you to F off?
Well, let's look at yesterday as an example. You went to the ER and spent all night there. You got back home around the time for sahur, the meal before the sun rises.
It is almost Fajr time, almost time to fast.
You then made a video later of a McDonald's mukbang. Throughout the video you claim it's sahur, but during editing you claim you meant iftar, the meal that breaks the fast.
Welcome to my lazy sahur.
It was clear as day that you had just woken up and that was in fact during the day, but you realized that calling it sahur would clash with the AR timeline. Then later, you made a grocery haul video where you, again, were eating food. This video was posted hours after the McDonald's video. In the first part of the video, you received the first half of your grocery order, and you decide to eat bread and cream. Then you say you got the second part of the grocery order several hours later.
So here's the first order. The second order will be coming in a couple hours. So, alright, part 2 has come. I know I'm in a different top. I had changed out of the pajamas I had earlier.
During that half of the haul, you're eating again. The video was posted soon after the sun set in Kuwait, and considering the time it took to edit all of your clips, it's safe to say at least the McDonald's mukbang and the first part of the grocery haul were recorded whilst you were supposed to be fasting. Not all Muslims fast, but you claim to be fasting and even go as far as to attempt to correct the timeline of events in editing. That's cosplaying.
Because I swear, at times I'm uncouth. That was my life for many, many years, okay? I was not raised a devout person with a lot of etiquette, alright?
Of course, nothing is ever your fault. It's the fault of the Western culture and those that raised you. No one had a perfect upbringing, but you are 40 years old, for crying out loud. At some point, you are responsible to take charge of your life and correct the mistakes left from those that came before you. It's a natural part of growing up, something you clearly never did.
These are so good. So learning how to be a better person is not easy, and it can take years for people to develop a better character. Should I be setting a better example? Yeah. Should I be lashing out and swearing and acting in a certain way? No. I have trouble controlling myself a lot of the time, and I get defensive, and I forget what, I'm supposed to be doing. But to say someone is cosplaying because you're judging them on how they're acting, I'm not talking against Islam. I'm not saying anything bad about the religion. Just because I have anger issues about being attacked all the time does not mean that I don't believe. I took the Shahada. I pray. You don't see what I do outside of the camera.
Right. This is the same as you don't see what I eat for the rest of the day speech. Gaul, you're not fooling anyone with this.
I talk to Allah. I make dua. I'm a believer. I'm generous. You can have the opinion that I'm not doing these things, but your opinion doesn't make anything a fact, especially without proof. Even if I'm outside and the call to prayer happens, you don't know if I'm making up the prayer later. For a community of people to say these things is extremely wrong and immoral yourself. Do you guys do that to Christian people or from any other religion? Do you like take a magnifying glass and pick apart every little thing? Like, she's not pointing in the right direction, when I actually was anyways, but she's not praying in the right direction. She doesn't know the direction of the Kaaba. Like, she's not talking about Ramadan. I said before Ramadan started, I'm not going to be doing religious videos. My channel's not about religion. I share my iftars. Sometimes I share my thoughts on what Islam has taught me. If we go out and do vlogs at like a mosque or something like this that involves religion, sure, but I'm not like, Ramadan is a time for personal reflection. It's not a time to share with the internet. And I did do some in the past, but this year, I'm not decorating or anything, so. But for people to sit there and be like, she didn't say Bismillah. Do you know that most of the time, you can say that in your heart? You could say that internally. You don't have to say it out loud, just like prayer. But the reaction channels saying these things, accusatory things, are not Muslim. They don't know anything about Islam, but they need something to make me look bad, so they use my religion against me, which they think makes them a better person. Anyway, I can't control what people say or think, so this is the last I'm going to talk about it. But to accuse someone of cosplaying when you don't know how they feel in their heart, you don't know what they do off camera. Why? Because I've had trouble with addictions, with smoking. Even a Muslim who smokes cannabis is still a Muslim. Do you go around counting the sins of Christians on the internet? There's a lot of reaction channels who claim to be Christian, and sit there and judge me for 5-6 hours. Judge not lest ye be judged. So you're not following the rules of your religion, but you hold me to a different standard. Why? Because I'm on the internet, so are you.
No one is saying you're not allowed to judge reaction channels. Judge anyone you want. But man, you are quick to shout Islamophobia as soon as you get the chance. You're embarrassing.
I don't need to hear it from people who are literally not even Muslims sitting there. She's not drinking with the right hand. That means she's not a real Muslim. Like, why you expect me to be a perfect Muslim is ridiculous to me, but you just need to worry about yourselves. Muslim reverts do get judged a lot by different communities, and I prefer to just keep religion to myself for the most part. Alright, so, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.